You listened to him on the KVJ show for years. Every time he tried to talk sports, he'd get shut down. After years of begging, we finally gave in. Brought to you by Bremen Motor Cars and by Wellington Anti-Aging. It's Kevin's Other Show on 640 The Hurricane.
Welcome to the show today. Getting ready to go get our fireworks.
Oh, yeah.
Blow off some fingers and some steam.
Do you do the fireworks thing?
I do not.
I'm terrified of them. I'm 100%. I'm so, like, I won't even play with a sparkler.
They're horrifying things.
Yeah, you're dealing with dynamite,
and
psychopaths.
I grew up with rednecks, and rednecks love fireworks. I don't know what it is.
It's like blowing things up, shiny things blowing up.
There's like a DNA code for rednecks. And somehow I never got that DNA code. And it was so tough for me growing up in small town, southeastern Logan, Ohio. Yeah. And I was a kid that was so out of sorts because I just didn't contain the DNA. I was scared of guns. I didn't like hunting. Fishing bored me to no end.
You must have had a lot of friends.
Every time I tried to fake it as best I could. Every time I got on a three-wheeler, I would crash it. And fireworks was something just like you that it was horrifying to me.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody hurt in front of me, but...
And the 4th of July, the thing that we did in my area was we used to do Roman candle wars.
Oh, see, I see that and I'm out.
And
I don't want to be friends with you.
But this was it. You know, your only option is you try to blend in with the rednecks and the country boys, or else you're right. You're left staying at home and playing Uno by yourself every single Saturday night.
Uno seems safe.
It is safer, but I would go out, and I remember every 4th of July, I would always dread it because it meant Roman candle wars, and we would wind out on some farm somewhere, and South Florida doesn't know the kind of darkness that you can achieve when you're in southeastern Ohio. It is a darkness that you literally cannot see your hand in front of your face.
Oh, no.
So you are out on these hills, out in the woods, and all you would see is a spark, and you knew that trouble was coming, and then balls of fire like coming at your face, and that was it. And I just remember one year seeing a buddy of mine, Seth Palmer, running down the hill, and they were behind him, and I saw 5 guys pop up, fire, 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 and then a second later, his jean jacket is on fire. It is the most horrifying thing I'd ever seen in my life. And he got up cussing, and he had the best time, and I'm like, you were just on fire. And he thought that was the thrill of a lifetime. And I'm just like going, I got to get out of here. I'm not going to survive this. And that was every 4th of July was the firework wars. And that's what they would do. And it's amazing what rednecks will do with bottle rockets. They have no fear just putting them in their fingers, in their butt crack, whatever, and just firing them things off. No fear. No fear. But you're right. I'm petrified of them. They scare me to death.
I'm telling you, like, I won't even mess with sparklers like that.
Yeah.
Like, even to that point,
they can burn you.
Yeah, no.
They're horrific.
Yeah. I'm 100%, like, I've never really experienced them too. Like, people around me have used it, but I've never lit a firework off in my life because I am just so petrified of them.
Some people just love it. Now, I love America. Don't get me wrong. I'm as American as they come. I love the country, but for whatever it is, fireworks, they don't do it for me, letting them off or watching them. Even watching them, I'm like going,
the professional ones, I'm okay with.
They're okay. Yeah. I'm okay.
Yeah, it's loud. It is what it is. I mean, like I see fireworks all the time. It's no big deal.
But there's a lot of things that go with it. There's crowds. There's humidity. There's all this kind of stuff. It's just traffic. It's a lot.
Well,
it's a to-do. It's a to-do.
Now this seems like a social issue. I don't think this has anything to do with fireworks at this point in time.
I don't love the actual...
So basically, you're a hermit.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
It's either you have a tube from your house to this studio, and that's about it.
That's about all I want to live. It's the only place I feel safe.
Like, this is way beyond fireworks, Kevin. I think you need a couch.
Well, there's still a lot of NBA talk to go around here today.
Oh, yeah.
It just seems like one thing's popping up after another. How much of a big to-do do you make it with DeMarcus Cousins going over to the Golden State Warriors?
My issue with DeMarcus Cousins going to the Golden State Warriors is the fact that when we were talking about this yesterday with Diener, we were saying about the CP3 trade, like Chris Paul was supposed to be sent from the Hornets to the Lakers, and it was vetoed by David Stern to say that it was an unfair advantage. And now we're sitting here and we're looking at a team that has 5 players. 5 players. Their starting 5 are all multiple all-stars.
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at a guy like DeMarcus Cousins that's averaging 25 points a game that just randomly signs for 1 year, 5.3 to just be a part of this team that has just won 2 championships in a row. It doesn't seem fair. But is it going to make that much of a difference? If he wasn't there, I'd still pick them to win a championship this year anyway, so I don't know.
This is the latest thing that happens. The NBA doesn't step in, and should they? Because the Heat benefited from this, in their glory years. When you see a team like that, you get your Ray Allens, you get your DeMarcus Cousins that come in, and they will take the veteran minimum, and they will just do whatever they can to sign on to what they know is going to be a championship team because they want to get those rings. And a lot of these players, when it's all said and done, they a lot of times would rather have rings over an extra $5 or $10 million.
Yeah.
Oddly enough. And they'll be like, cool. They all seem to admit it, and it's not a problem.
That's fine. That's what Shaq was doing in the last half of his career. He was just jumping around from team to team trying to get rings.
Do new rules need to be established in the NBA to keep this from happening?
I think that we need to reevaluate the rules we already have, because why was the CP3 trade looked at as being unfair when this is obviously unfair? Like, I mean, this is just like you're creating the tallest building in the entire world, and then you're adding 2 floors to it. Like, it's already by 50 floors higher than any other building. You do not need to make this bigger, and you still make it bigger. It's got to not pass some ordinance at some point in time.
What does this mean for LA? Does this change anything that is going on with their strategies? Because some people are really starting to question what the Lakers are doing and who they're picking up and the pieces that they've got going on.
It's odd because it's all like 1-year contracts.
Yeah, well, it seems the strategy is obvious, is that they're putting in around LeBron whatever they can this year. And then they're going to have all kinds of flexibility and freedom coming up next year. And there's, several different people that they can look at to add onto the roster, for next year. And that's going to be an interesting race in how many people are going to be trying to gobble up whatever free agents are available. But, adding Rajon Rondo and Lance Stevenson, and those seem to be like already 2 guys that don't get along with LeBron, correct?
Lance Stevenson has gotten he's gotten in his fair fights with LeBron, but if you think about it, he took LeBron off of his game at some point in time. LeBron's got to look at him and be like, if he can take me off my game, I can sick him. He's my little pit bull, and I can sick him on anybody I want to be able to get taken off of their game. Because he's thinking right now, the only thing that matters to him is not winning a championship. The thing that matters to him is beating the Golden State Warriors and going to the finals. So he needs to be able to find the kryptonite that's going to be able to do that. And maybe the way that he's thinking about is getting heady. Getting somebody in the game that's actually going to take them off of their mental game. Not their physical game, their mental game, so that their physical game will lack from it. It's the only thing that makes sense with Lance Stevenson.
Seems like the biggest critique right now on what the Lakers are doing is who's going to be their big shooters? Who's going to create space so LeBron can do what he does?
Yeah, I have no freaking clue.
You're not getting it Rondo. Stevenson, you're not getting it there.
No.
Lonzo Ball, I was just kind of taking a look at his numbers yesterday. His shooting percentages are abysmal. They're not bad.
He's still trying to figure himself out, though.
Yeah, but, I mean, he's not going to be a guy that you're going to be like, hey, we're going to put him on the perimeter and he's going to be able to create space.
I mean, not now, but you never know. This is the thing, is that this is the LeBron effect, though. It's like you look at some
players. Is he going to get shooting lessons, or how does he?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, this guy is the best basketball player in the world, and every time he goes around people, like you would look like, if you look at Cleveland, there was a playoff game where Rodney Hood went nuts. There was a playoff game where Jordan Clarkson played really friggin' well, and it's the LeBron effect. He has this way of clamoring on to people and making them better. So this could be the best thing that ever happened to Lonzo, or we could be seeing Lonzo getting shipped out sooner than later. And I think that may be the issue, and that's the reason why this meniscus thing just came up randomly out of nowhere.
I think, we talked about that yesterday on the show. It seems like a convenient plant that his dad, LeVar, probably put out there. So it's like, hey, it devalues him for the trade market right now.
Because it's not really a tear. Like they're saying that it's not really a tear. It's just like a slight repair.
Yeah.
What the hell does that
he's
even
going to be ready
mean?
for next year, but it's still a question mark around him.
If the season started tomorrow, he'll be ready for tomorrow. But he just the question needed to be put out there. Is his knee okay?
would you really want to trade him right now?
How much is his value? And that's really what they're looking at.
Sure, absolutely.
But look at what they're doing right now with Rondo 1 year, JaVale McGee 1 year, Lance Stevenson 1 year. It's like they're not looking at this is almost like this year is like an audition.
It kind of does, and then it's going to be a scramble. They're going to try to create whatever cap space they can for next year, and then
I mean, it's
Kawhi Leonard. Who else is going to be available?
Yeah, I mean, Kawhi Leonard will be an unrestricted free agent regardless of what team he's on this year. Next year, he will be completely free. And also, Melo will be completely free. And we were talking about, just before we started the show, about the fact that Melo, right now in OKC, they're talking buyouts with Melo. And if they buy him out, I could guarantee you. I mean, the only other place I could see him maybe going is the Rockets, maybe. But why wouldn't he want to join the Lakers with LeBron?
Does he add what you need? I mean, the Lakers right now, they need shooting, right? I mean, because if you look, I was looking last night, the shooting percentages of Golden State, and their best shooters are all right around 40% or higher, 40 to 45%. You look at the Lakers right now, and they are maybe their best shooter is about a 35% from three-point. And Carmelo Anthony is not shooting the best of his career right now.
But also look at shots. How many shots are they throwing up? Because the more shots you throw up, the lower your percentage goes. And I think one of the situations that was going on with Melo that when he was in OKC is that with those three guys, he was shooting a lot. And when he was the best in New York was when Amari Stoudemire was hurt, and he was playing power forward instead of shooting guard. No, he's playing power forward instead of small forward. So he was shooting a lot less. He was getting to the rim a lot more. And he really is dominant under the rim. If he can be able to get that game back, have LeBron at small forward, him play that power forward position, it could be a very dangerous situation. And then on top of it, when he gets outside the arc, there's nights when he gets so hot, the whole place goes on fire. I mean, he's won a scoring championship before. So, I mean, this is something that could be a legitimate thing that could work with LeBron.
Who do you think's got a better chance of wearing the Laker purple and gold next year? Carmelo Anthony or Lonzo Ball?
Oh, Carmelo Anthony without it. That's not even a question. I don't think Lonzo Ball's going to make it through the season. And I think it's almost, I think LeBron would turn around to him and say, listen, this is just not for you. We're going to move you someplace else, and you can be able to be in a really good position. We're going to make sure you go to a really good position. I'm not going to screw you, but it's not your town, bub.
There just seems to be a lot of people that have ruffled LeBron James's feathers there in L.A. And LeVar Ball and the comments that LeBron had made back to LeVar about keep my name out of your mouth.
Yeah, it's not good.
It doesn't seem like that's a situation that LeBron's going to be like, let's just forget about that.
And LeVar wants a big market. He wants a big market. So the only thing, I mean, he can go to New York if he wants to.
Nobody in a small market can afford them shoes.
Oh, kidding me? The people in big markets can't even afford those shoes. And if you buy them, it's going to take you 6 months to get them, and they're most likely going to be wrong. And you know what the return policy is on it?
Yeah.
There is none.
Coming up, what else is going to be going on in the NBA? And the big question now that Cleveland has vacated a LeBron, is Kevin Love going to stay? And what do you think about them taking back the LeBron banner on that big Sherwin-Williams building? We'll discuss on the way on the Kevin's Other Show.
It's Derek Jeter's favorite sports show, just like Derek Jeter is Florida's favorite owner. Kevin's Other Show on 640 The Hurricane.
Well, everybody's been talking about what's going on in Los Angeles now that LeVar has left Cleveland. But now that LeBron has taken off, what exactly is going to be happening in Cleveland? Are they going to go on ahead and try to bail on everybody? Are they going to rebuild, or are they actually going to try to make a championship run with Kevin Love?
This is the question, is like, who's your number 2 guy? Is that a number 1 guy? That's really your question. Is that a number 1 guy?
There were talks. It sounds like the Suns are trying to beef up a little bit, and it sounded like last week there were even talks that Kevin Love could wind up in Phoenix.
Depends on what they can give him. I mean, the Suns have sucked for long enough. They have enough picks to be able to. I mean, this is the thing, is that we have to figure out, is Cleveland going to move forward what they have or try and rebuild into a new team? Now, Cleveland also has a decent amount of picks from things that they were able to trade away, like Kyrie Irving. When they traded away Kyrie Irving, they got some picks and players from Boston, and then they traded those guys away too. So they have a stockpile of some things they can be able to do. It's just, if they want to continue to do what they're doing now, I don't see much of a future in it.
It's got a sting again to be in Cleveland. You've seen this happen once before, and you see your odds. They drop from 25-1 odds on June 9th to win the NBA championship next season to 400-1 odds.
Wow.
That actually puts them below the Heat.
Wow. I mean, because honestly, it's like I look at the Heat roster and I go, there's more of a viable team there than there is. Like, I mean, like Cleveland doesn't have a Goran Dragic, okay? They don't have a bomb center like Hassan Whiteside if he can actually play and not being a puss. But yeah, I mean, like they don't have those pieces like the Heat do.
Heat odds seriously dropped too because Vegas was still hedging on the bets that maybe LeBron was going to wind up in Miami
because he had lunch with Pat Riley. And everything like that.
Yeah. Well, and he was here. His kid was in a tournament. Like, maybe while he's in Miami, he might wind up talking to the Heat. 40-1 odds the Heat had before LeBron signed in Los Angeles. Those odds have now dropped to 300-1.
I was going to say 250.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense.
Still better than the Cavs, but
of making it to the finals is that what this is based on? What the percentage is on, or winning the final?
No, this is winning the NBA championship.
See now, Boston's must have went up. Boston's must have jumped because taking LeBron out of the East and putting him in the West, it's kind of like a surefire thing that Boston's most likely going to be the Eastern team that's going to make it all the way to the finals.
Yeah.
They have a much better chance of beating the Golden State Warriors than well, I mean, now with Boogie, I have no clue, but
well, and it seemed like, okay, maybe the Sixers could make something happen.
There's a possibility. I think that's your Eastern Conference Finals right there.
Yeah, but something happened in Philadelphia because it seemed like that was going to be the alternate destination if the Lakers didn't work out. LeBron could possibly wind up in Philadelphia. But something happened there, and it sounded like there were some conversations with Kawhi Leonard, and it just became obvious that he wasn't going to go there. And now people are really saying it doesn't seem like Kawhi's going to wind up at all in Philly.
But see, this is the thing is that I don't think it's a team that needs it. They can get they re-signed JJ Redick. That's a smart move. Like he's a veteran player. He's a great shooter.
Got him for a year.
Like get somebody else. Like find somebody like a Kyle Korver type of thing that's almost like a JJ Redick, a vet who can defend, that can shoot, and then let your young team take over. And I think that's kind of what happened with Boston is they were able to take that young nucleus and turn it into something. And then they have Gordon Hayward and Kyrie Irving, two sort of vets. I mean, Kyrie Irving I think has been in the league longer than Gordon Hayward, but those are two somewhat veterans that are going to take that team and really possibly bring them to the promised land. Here's
how the East is shaping up according to the odds in Vegas. They've got the Heat tied with the Knicks, Hawks, Hornets, Bulls, and Pistons at the 300-1 odds.
Wow, the Knicks are a lot higher than I thought they'd be.
They're putting them on the same level.
Oh.
And there's a lot of shine right now, too. They're thinking that LeBron going west is good for the Knicks next season and what they're going to be able to do and sign.
100% no.
That's coming from the New York media.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. Yeah, if the Cleveland Plain Dealer put that out there, I'd be like, oh, wow, that might actually be something. No. That's coming from the Post.
Yeah.
You're out. The Knicks ain't going to do nothing.
Next tier is the Cavs, Nets, Magic, and Kings, all at 400-1 odds, and then the Grizzlies are in the cellar in the East.
I forgot the Kings even existed.
I know, right?
It was like for a second I go, where are they from? Oh, Sacramento. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, they got Warriors, Lakers, Celtics, Rockets, Sixers.
That makes sense.
That's your top 5 favorites to win the NBA championship for 2019.
Yeah, and most likely your Western Conference final is going to be either Lakers, Golden State, or Houston, Golden State. But I seriously don't think that you're going to see LeBron James in the finals again.
What is the team that you think is going to sneak up and be a team you're not expecting? Some people are talking about the Suns. Some people are saying, I like what the Pacers are doing. They're putting together some impressive stuff. Is there a team that is going to sneak out of nowhere and you're going to be like, next season you'll be going, wow, where did they come from?
I don't know about sneak out of nowhere, but I think a team that should be looked at a little bit more as a viable team in the West is the Pelicans. The Pelicans got rid of that money contract with Boogie, and they not only were they able to get rid of that contract,
Rondo.
They lost Rondo, yes, but if they can get a legit point guard going in there, then they have Julius Randle and Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis he's a monster.
Right. Julius Randle had great numbers.
He did.
Yeah.
But he played in a system that just was like it was all clowns. It was a clown team, and now he's playing with the legit. I don't think he's ever played with the legitimate superstar. He played with Kobe for like 1 year. Maybe it's like his final year, the say goodbye tour, the whole entire thing. But to actually build a team with a legitimate superstar, I don't think he's done that before.
Back in Cleveland, they today just took down the iconic LeBron James banner.
I saw. I go through Facebook. It's like everybody sharing the live video of them removing it.
Oh, it's a big deal. I mean, come on, it's Cleveland.
So
what else do we have going on?
I didn't even know the thing was still there. I remember when they put it up.
Well, you remember it was up. Then when he came to Miami, they tore it down.
Yeah.
Famously. And then he went back. They put it back up. And now it's coming back down again. And people in Cleveland are saying, what are we doing? Why are we taking it down?
Yeah.
A lot of people in Cleveland are like, just leave it up because it's become one of those things. People love getting their photo in front of it. Right behind it's nothing but an ugly-ass brick wall.
Yeah, it's like this egg-stained yellow wall.
Yeah. Before, I think before it's kind of, that whole thing, like, you're dating that chick that's, like, way out of your league. She dumps you.
Yeah.
What do you got to do? You got to take down all the photos. You can't leave because if your buddies, see that, okay, what are you doing, man? She left you.
Take the pictures down, bub.
You got to take them down in that case. But here's the different thing. You're dating that really hot chick, right? And she has to move away. She moves to Canada.
But she didn't really break up with you. She just broke up with you because of distance.
Right. So
It wasn't like she stooped your brother or anything like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's nothing that's scandalous.
Yeah.
Now you can leave up those photos with pride, be like going, if she were here, we'd still be together. There's just other circumstances where she just had to go. And I think that's the difference. And to me, what are you doing in Cleveland? Leave the banner up.
Yeah.
You won the championship now. So, and your hot girlfriend had to move away out of the area. You get it. You all understand that. You don't have to take down her pictures now. Leave them up in your room, bub.
I guess to a point, but it's just like you can't do that. There now needs to be a new legacy in Cleveland, and what are they going to? Now they've lost both of their stars. Like the only thing that Cleveland had was LeBron, and then after LeBron, the only thing that Cleveland had was Kyrie. Now both of them are gone.
Yeah, both the hot chicks left you.
Yeah, that's it.
All you have now is memories.
That's what I'm saying,
what
though.
else? All you have behind it is blight, a brick wall, nothing to look at. At least you have the memories of once upon a time, I was with that hot chick. And I'll tell you, in the dating scene, you know what gets you another hot chick? A previous hot chick. They have to know you're in that level. What they do is they remind any future superstars.
I don't think you need to remind them.
This is where LeBron James came and played, and this is where he's from.
He took a dump in this toilet.
Yes.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but
we can't attract superstars. We have an NBA championship. Leaving up the LeBron banner reminds future hotties that you had it once and you could have it again with them.
No future hotties want anything to do with that.
But you take down the picture, all you're showing them is a brick wall.
Yeah.
It's almost like I wasn't there. I'm not going to tear down the memory of that. No, you got to keep it up. You got to triumph it. Don't take down this. What else are you going to take a picture of in Cleveland?
There's the old adage, you polish a turd, it's still a turd. And that's really what it is.
No.
It really is that way because LeBron left, Kyrie's gone, the whole nine. The only reason why they got Kyrie was because they got a number one overall pick.
You're not
The only
scorned.
reason why they got LeBron was because they got a number one overall pick. No, there's nobody in their right mind that looks at Cleveland and go, that's a destination.
They
should move the
before.
team to Seattle and create the Supersonics again.
Now, that is actually a push, and, D. Wade's behind that.
Yeah.
He's talking about...
So does KD wants it. Oklahoma City was the Seattle Supersonics.
Yeah.
And they moved them, and they changed it to the Oklahoma City Thunder. That is a legitimate thing that they should do because, honestly, it's like...
Absolutely, they should.
Cleveland is not a destination. Nobody wants to go to Cleveland.
But it's a good sports town, right?
For college sports, yeah.
No.
For who else?
The Indians. I mean, and trust me, they were flipping out. I was looking at Twitter last night, and people in Cleveland were flipping out saying, hello, we've got our first-place team in baseball. I mean, we do have other sports.
Exactly. So you're not going to miss basketball.
They're not going to take away basketball. They support the Cavs. It's a good sports town.
Listen,
they've got nothing else going on.
They already took away a sports team from them before, remember?
They
replaced them. They replaced them.
them.
But they moved them over to Baltimore. They wound up being successful over there. Then they replaced them. Maybe it's time to take a couple of years off of being in Cleveland.
But we can agree, Cleveland's not pretty.
No.
And when you're not pretty,
what I'm saying, yeah.
If you've ever dated a hottie, you never take that photo of the hottie down, especially when she just had to move to Canada. That's all I'm saying. Who might be back on the gridiron? Oh, Dolphins fans. If you were dying for me to say Jay Cutler might be coming back, I've got exciting news for you next.
Get Kevin's other show whenever the hell you want. on YouTube and at 640thehurricane.com.
How much do you think Dolphins fans would lose their mind if I told you that Jay Cutler was coming back next season?
I think you can hear the bodies jumping off bridges right now.
What would the reaction be?
You just caused a 3-car wreck on 95.
If it was announced that Jay Cutler was coming back to the Miami Dolphins, is it at all possible? Will Jay Cutler be playing football again? Will he be playing next season? His wife, Kristen Cavallari, she's got a show on E! And, they were doing a contrived scene like they typically do on these kind of shows. Jay comes in, and she's there in her very nice kitchen, and she asks him about his day and about his future. It comes up oh so naturally. And she just so happens to, in front of the cameras, ask him this question about his football future.
So you think that you're 100% done with football?
I mean, you can't say 100. Probably.
When will you know if you're 100%?
September.
Yeah, like the first football game?
Yeah.
You have to realize how many sacrifices I have had to make over the 8 football seasons that we've been together.
Damn.
So now you need to support what I have going on. This is my football. This is my turn.
Oh my!
She's got to be kidding, right? Kristen Cavallari.
Yeah,
she's on the first of all, she was on the Hills or some crap like that.
Yeah,
you make
the
your
Hills,
money,
yeah,
and now you're a failing country artist, and you want the guy that's been putting all the bread on the table, feeding your children, to turn around and you're going to say, "Now this is my football.
This is my time to shine."
What does she have now? A reality television show about what she used to be?
Yeah.
Give me a break. I don't know what's worse, being married to her or being on the Dolphins.
Oh my gosh. I'm assuming it's just contrived crap, but yes, Jay Cutler, still a chance. That's what you're saying.
There's no way he comes back to the Dolphins. They wouldn't let that happen.
No, I don't think so. I don't think there's any way at all.
Yeah, so if anybody was thinking about driving off an overpass on 95, just don't do it. It's okay. He's not coming.
Miami Marlins last night. Boy, they had a pretty interesting game, kind of back forth, and wound up having to go to extra innings to get the win last night, but it all worked out in the 10th inning. They had the Tampa Bay Rays at Marlins Park last night.
Field and outfield in, the 2-1 chop, and Duffy makes the play, gets it out of his glove, and Anderson's going to score! And Yadiel Rivera, for the second time this year, drives in the game-winning run. How about the game-winning hit?
They're so excited.
Well done, well done.
Well done.
He's like,
you beat
finally,
the Rays.
Yeah. The Rays. Didn't they brutalize them like one game ago?
No, not the
ago?
Rays. No, they just last night was the first game of the series, 3-2.
Who is it? Okay, never mind. I got it all twisted.
Yeah, no, they're in a brand new series. They got the Rays tonight and even tomorrow for the 4th, and then they had to take on the Nationals, I believe, in Washington.
Be
fun. Yeah. But if you're looking for bright spots, which we often try to point out here with the Miami Marlins, Wei Yin Chen, who highest paid Marlin on the roster.
There you go.
Who had a disastrous start, only allowed an unearned run in 3 hits over 6 innings. That was one of his most effective and efficient outings in 13 starts so far this season.
Good job.
So that's looking a little bit better because he's on the books for a while.
Okay, so he has now have how many wins?
Not a lot.
I mean, I remember talking about his first one not too long ago.
But, okay, how do you look at a pitcher? Are you looking at them for their wins or are you looking at them for their ERA? Because wins right now, he's 2-5.
Yeah, see? Okay. So now's the last, that makes sense.
Okay, but he's got a 5.55 ERA. And wasn't that like at a 10 about 5 games ago?
I think it might have been even north of 10 not too long ago. Yeah, but that was when he was like, he was off like, he was like 0-5.
Right. So, to me, do you want to look at, their wins or do you want to look at the ERA? The ERA is coming down.
Okay, cool. But but you still lost the games.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Okay, well.
And then look at, how many of those games did he have a crap ERA in and then didn't get saved?
But there are games, though, and there are pitchers. I hate judging a pitcher by their wins and losses. Justin Verlander has won this year. Right now, he's 9-4. He's got a 2.12 ERA, though, and not deserving of there was one game he went like 9 innings, didn't give up a run, and then his closing pitcher blew it, and then he absorbs the loss.
Yeah.
Which is not fair.
I mean, I guess so. You think about how many times has Wei and Chen been in that situation, but he has been pretty crappy.
Yeah, no, it's not been good. I'm not trying to like really, prop Wei and Chen up too much.
I was like, I don't know, you're.
It wasn't a disaster. Is
So
what
you're
it
a
is.
Wei and apologist. It's a wee bit too much. Sorry.
The thing you want to know, and my question about the Miami Marlins is, I'm watching another franchise that right last year was right there in the cellar again with the Marlins.
Yeah.
And now is at the top of the division, the Atlanta Braves. Kind of the same strategy. Young talent, building up the farm system.
Look how bad Houston was for a while.
Yeah. The Braves right now had the best farm system in all of baseball. They're in first place in the NL East. And they go into the Bronx last night and beat the Yankees 5-3 in 11 innings. Pretty much at their own game. Good pitching, some home run hitting, young talent, some scary stuff. And I think Mets fans are probably looking, saying, gosh, we're trying to do that. Why can't we do that?
Well, yeah, you have the right personnel, yes. The thing with the Marlins is that they have a history of fire sales. So every time that a huge player gets knocked off of their team, it immediately goes down into the pits. Morale goes down.
Previous ownership.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying, but still, so the first thing that happens when new ownership takes over is their best player gets shipped out to the Yankees. That doesn't start off good.
But the whole thing is there's a restructuring into it. There's a strategy that goes behind it. And either are you buying into the Marlins strategy, trying to follow what the Astros have done successfully,
yeah, of course.
the Cubs have done relatively successfully, and now in our very own division, you're seeing the Braves.
Yeah.
I mean, and just last year, I mean, this is the swing, and the Braves were in the cellar for like 2 to 3 years. You're saying maybe the Marlins are in the cellar another year, but they've got like Real Muto right now, one of the top 5 catchers in the NL for the All-Star voting.
Yeah.
He's a future star, and give him another season.
Lewis
give him another
Brinson, future All-Star.
Maybe.
No,
maybe.
probably not.
Anderson, who we just heard in that clip, I think is a future All-Star.
Yes. There has to be. I don't give a crap about the Marlins. I'll be honest. I don't. I really don't care about the Marlins. But there's a process to this that Derek Jeter, he must know what he's doing to a point that he's making this happen. Now, you may not like you lost Giancarlo Stanton. It may have gone to the Yankees, which seemed weird, a little collusion-y, but whatever. So you have this team, but this is exactly what they did with Houston. This is exactly what they did with Atlanta. This is exactly what they did with the Royals. And look at where they turned out. So, I mean, they're not good anymore, but, I mean, they went to 2 World Series and wound up, they split the series of winning. I mean, it's still really good. So there's a possibility this could happen. Look at it as a positive outing. Just know it's not going to be for like 2 or 3 years.
I think there's 2 teams, one's doing it right, one's doing it wrong. You got the Braves, you got the Mets. And the question for the Marlins is, which one are you going to be?
I mean,
in 2 years, I think you're going to be one or the other.
No one's going to be able to answer that question until you're either there or you're not there.
Coming up here for 4th of July, got a fun little game. Firework or adult toy.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, see how well you do at that. And if you're putting together an all-American drinking playlist, what makes the list? Songs with America in the title. How many can you come up with, Ricky Bobby? I'll put you to the test next.
Yep. He's here, too. It's Kevin's Other Show, right here on 640 The Hurricane.
Tomorrow, America's birthday. Yeehaw!
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday, America.
Fireworks, hot dogs.
You going to be down on 4th on Flagler?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
No, I'm not.
All right, never mind.
No, like I said, the fireworks freak me out. The crowd's a little too much. Yeah, got to work on Thursday. Sure. I was surprised how many people are actually working tomorrow. Like only, I think I saw 34% of the population is going to be off for 4th of July. And then on Thursday, Friday, it's like 10. Like it seems like nobody's really taking it. It's weird because I think it's fallen on Wednesday and people just don't know what to do with themselves.
Yeah, I made a big mistake by not taking off Thursday, Friday. Should have just done that.
Probably, yeah. I mean, some people are, but a lot of people aren't.
Yeah, he's taking off the whole damn week.
how many times can you go to Disney? That's where Diener is.
This is what I don't understand.
I'm like, I mean, he has been to Disney
He's an annual
more in the
pass
last
holder,
month
so
than
I
I've been in my
understand,
life.
But it's just,
He loves. Some people have that Disney drug, man. They can't get enough.
Well, I'm the same way with Universal Studios. Like I go all the time, but the thing is that Universal Studios is vastly different than Disney.
And there's one big difference. It's so important, and that's alcohol.
Oh yeah, and there's no way I'm going there without consuming a hell of it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, if you're putting together a drinking playlist, songs with America in the title, how many can you name?
Okay.
I'm going to see. You're going to do a count here.
Does America or USA? Can you say USA too?
It's got to be America, but you could go USA like Born in the USA. That
Yeah,
seems to be an obvious one.
Party
Okay.
in the USA, Miley Cyrus.
Party in the USA, there's two. So that's a different category, and you can definitely include those.
All right then. Coming to America.
We're coming to America.
That flag's unfurled.
Okay.
We're coming to America.
Okay. Good call.
American Idiot.
Green Day.
Yeah.
Bam, that's a good one. Okay.
American Woman.
American Woman.
Yeah.
Stay away from me.
Yeah. Lenny Kravitz, I think, or was it a different one? Did he
Well,
do
it
the
depends
cover?
on what your crowd is. Do you have old people?
Oh,
if you want,
okay,
I think
yeah.
was it the Guess Who?
Was it the Guess Who? Ooh.
I don't know, or I'm just saying Guess Who.
I don't know. I'm going to say Lenny Kravitz. I just know it from Lenny Kravitz. So, wow, that's really bad. America in the title. Oh, no, I can't think of any other ones.
Okay, I'll give you a few.
Damn.
Night Ranger. Okay, Tom Petty. How can you forget American Girl, dude?
Oh, yeah. All right. Take it easy, baby. Make it last all right.
Man.
She was an American girl.
Don McLean. American Pie.
Oh, American Pie. Damn it. That was the other one that I was thinking of. I'm so unbearably angry at myself. How did I miss that?
And Charlie Daniels Band in America.
I think I've ever heard. I'm a big Charlie Daniels fan guy.
That's the kind of song you kick someone's ass to there, boy.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's when you shoot Roman candles at each other with.
Drink all day, eat a hot dog, you out some fireworks, and you beat someone's ass. That's how we do our 4th of July around
mud
here.
stomping.
Yeah, that's it. All right, fun little game here. Firework or adult toy?
Oh, boy.
Let's see how you do here. Now, if you're going to be buying some fireworks, you might realize that they've got some risque names on these things. All right, let's see how many you can get.
Okay.
Out of 5 here, Ricky Bobby. Firework or adult toy? Doc Johnson.
Doc Johnson?
Doc Johnson. Is that a firework or an adult toy, my friend?
An adult toy.
Going to go adult toy. 1 for 1.
All right.
Very impressive.
Thank you.
Next up,
All right.
firework or adult toy? Pink Pony.
Pink pony. Firework.
2 for 2.
All right.
Firework or adult toy? All American Whopper.
Adult toy.
3 for 3.
Oh!
3 for 3, Ricky Bobby.
It figures the one you start asking about sex toys, all of a sudden I get it.
Okay.
Sorry, Mom.
8-second ride.
8-second ride.
Firework or adult toy?
Adult toy.
That is your first miss.
Oh, I was like, there's no way it's going to be back to back to back to back. Okay, all right then.
Throwing you off here.
I am, yeah.
Okay. To go 4 out of 5. What do you think? Final one here. Firework or adult toy? Bone breaker. Firework or adult toy?
Adult toy.
Oh, Ricky Bobby, you started out so strong.
Damn.
Oh, my gosh.
Well,
Wow.
you can tell my wife's satisfied.
Okay. Well, there you go. Everybody make sure whether you got fireworks or booze or a combination of both, you do it safe.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, on Thursday, 1 out of 5 people plan on coming into work hungover.
Yeah.
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 Millennials, Like you, 33%.
Well, first of all, with the millennial word, calm down on this side of the table. And second of all, no, I do my partying tonight.
Oh, tonight, huh?
So that I don't have to go to work tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm a responsible adult,
Look
Kevin.
at you. You're such a grown-up.
Not really, but.
All right. Back again with you on Thursday. You guys have a great 4th. Check this show out. We are on YouTube. You got a podcast, and we're on Twitter as well. It's Kevin's Other Show.
You listened to him on the KVJ show for years. Every time he tried to talk sports, he'd get shut down. After years of begging, we finally gave in. Brought to you by Wellington Anti-Aging. Low T? Go to WellingtonAntiAging.com. And by Bremen Motor Cars in West Palm Beach. A world-class experience. Shop BremenPorsche.com now. It's Kevin's Other Show on 640 The Hurricane.